So if you listen to the people on the internet, it'll have you thinking that if you're walking your spiritual path and you are listening to your soul's calling, then everything's going to feel peaceful. You're going to be at ease in everything you're doing. You're going to always feel in flow. And I'm here to tell you, it's a lie. It's great when it happens that way, but that is not how it always happens. You can still be doing something that is soul aligned, and it can be terrifying, scary, dreadful, fear-filled. And that's what I'm experiencing right now. So I recently quit my job, and it wasn't impulsive, but to an outsider, they might say yes. So I have been fantasizing about quitting my job since the day I started. And about 6 months ago, it was super intense. My partner was like, I really thought you were going to quit at that time. But I was like, nope, I got to stick it out. I'm learning my lessons here. And, you know, there's something to be gained from this experience. And definitely there has been. But they did something this past week where they messed with my schedule, even though I asked them not to, and they said they weren't going to. And I found out about it like at the time I was about to log in, that they had changed it. So I was basically logging in at the wrong time. And no one said anything to me. They didn't tell me they were going to change my schedule. And like I said, in the big scheme of things, it seems like a small thing, but I was just done. I was like, it wasn't going to take much to push me over the edge. Like I said, I've been fantasizing about quitting. And I sat with it. I was like, this is just an emotional reaction. I called out because I couldn't even deal that day. I was like, I can't show up and not be mad. So let me just calm myself. So then I went to go to work the next day. They still hadn't changed my schedule. I called out again. And by the third day, I'd had some time to think and like really feel into it. And, you know, in talking it over with my partner and just really giving thought to what my soul's calling is, what my soul owned strategy is for my life, I realized like this job is not aligned with me. And yes, there have been many great lessons to learn from that job. I've really learned perseverance and how to stick something out even when it doesn't taste good in your mouth. But I felt like, okay, I got 52 years under my belt. I have had a lot of jobs. I have done a lot of things, but it was just like the level, they had just piled on the indignities, the dehumanization for me. To somebody else, it'd be another day. Like, it wouldn't mean anything to them, but it meant something to me. That's all that matters. So I made the decision to quit, and I feel good about it most of the time. Except for when I wake up in a terror, which is what happened this morning. I woke up and I was just like, oh, fuck, what did I do? Did I make the wrong decision? How long is it going to take me to find another job? It's not like I've been so lucky in my job search and I'm going to have to take a job that pays less, which I did understand when I quit. Like I went through the worst case scenarios in my mind when I quit and I'm prepared to face them. But it doesn't mean that the fear doesn't sometimes come in. And that's what I wanted to share with you. Like just because you're doing what feels soul aligned does not mean it's easy, does not mean that everything's peaceful and you feel in flow. I want to tell you that making us the soul-owned decision, the soul-aligned act, is not always easy. Sometimes it's terrifying. Sometimes it brings up your worst fears and insecurities. And the truth is, I don't feel like there's a wrong decision here. Like, if I had stayed in the job, there's plenty of lessons to continue learning. And I chose to leave. And so I'm going to learn a different set of lessons. And I do feel that it's forcing me to step up to some goals and desires that I have. Some things that I just want to make happen. Now I'm forced to bring them into fruition and go all in on myself in a way that I wouldn't before because I had the security of the job that I didn't like. So I do feel like I'm doing what's soul owned and soul aligned for me, but that doesn't mean it's easy. And I just wanted to share that today because I want to let you know that if you feel like you're faced with a decision and it feels like the right thing to do, but you are terrified because you don't know how this is going to pan out, and there's a part of you that is scared, like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, take a deep breath and really feel into what it is your soul wants to do. And if there's a better way, like if there's a way to do it to mitigate your risk, I could have stayed in the job 6 months longer. I chose not to. Who's to say it's a right or wrong decision? I just have to move forward. I don't necessarily encourage making drastic moves, but sometimes in your life, that's what happens, whether you like it or not. And all you can do is move forward. So that's what I'm doing. And I just want to share that. And I want to hear from you. What is the decision that you are faced with that feels right in your soul, that you really want to make this decision, but you are terrified? What is that? What does that look like? Where do you feel it in your body? And what are you going to do about it? I would love to hear. There's no right or wrong answer. We all have to live with the consequences of our own decisions. So it's not up to anybody but you. And like I said, we're all going to find out together how this goes. Honestly, I feel I am being forced to step up, and I'm going to do it because I got no choice. And see what I'm made of. All right. Until next time.